Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome to my tiny little garden shed. It's been a while since I've done a project over here and I have a fun tinkering project which is ideal to do close by home. You already clicked the thumbnail, so you already know what I'm about to make. Let me pick you up and show you the materials that I bought. So since this is a project on a budget and I want to have a proof of concept, I didn't spend much money on materials. I bought a set of 4 of those caster wheels which cost me €4. They are dirt cheap. Some PVC end caps, T cross section. Over here is some PVC tube. All of this cost me about €15. I needed the PVC glue, which was the most expensive, about €8. This I already had in store. It's an assortment of cheap bolts, some zip ties, and a few of these caps. These come from a peanut butter jar. So material cost is rounding about the €20, which equals just over $20. So what's my plan? So I bought a length of 2 meters PVC piping. It's a drainage pipe you usually use in your house for water drains. It's 32 millimeters in diameter. I'll blink in the diameter in inches in screen. I want to cut off a section of about 1.5 meters. Then I have half a meter left and make that the T part. So this will be the long end, the boom of the underbody washer. And then have an extension equal length on the left and the right. Put a caster wheel on there. And then we have to figure out a way of making nozzles that create a water jet. I want to try to make this work with normal water pressure coming from the tap. And if need be, I have a pump which applies a little bit more pressure. And if that doesn't work well, I want to be able to connect it to my pressure washer, but the idea is just to use the normal water pressure coming from the tap. And to make the nozzles, I want to use small bolts, which I'll explain later. Thing is, I used to work in the stainless steel industry in my practical year about 30 years ago in technical school. They sent me out to go work for a company that made industrial washing machines, and they used a sort of, they looked a lot like ordinary bolts, but they had there was a hole drilled in the threaded part, and I want to see if I can copy that. So that's the research and development part of this project. Drill a through hole and then cut a slit in here, and that slit determines the angle of the water jet. I'll link in screen something I saw on Amazon. Could have bought that. Those are stainless steel nozzles. But anyway, I have this at hand and I have some time on my hand, so let's get started. So let's get the materials out of the way. First thing I want to do is cut off a section of 1.5 meters. And for that I'm going to use this simple hacksaw in this kit to make straight or angled cuts. I haven't used this in a while, but I have used this to cut PVC piping. So now I have to get my tape measure. Let me see, there's my cut line. I have to cut this in half for the parts that go on to the left and the right. Always work clean. Well, let's see how this looks. Just put them in. So this will be the sprayer part. Now I have to draw a straight line on this and determine how many holes I want in here. And I think 3 holes per side, so 6 in total would be enough. And I hope that they somewhat overlap each other. So I'm gonna use this. You can also use a piece of angle iron. That's even more convenient. But when you put it in here and draw a line, you have a straight line across. Now a part of this will be inserted in this T section, so I have to make a small marking what the outside line is. And these are glue-on caps that slide over. So this is the outside line, so I want to equally spread my nozzles over this distance. So now comes the complicated bit. It's about 21 centimeters, so that would be 7 centimeters apart and 2. So yeah, now they're nicely spread over this length. So let me get my G-bolt collection, see if I have about, I wanted to use M6. Now we can dive into the complicated part of this. Drill through holes. This is 6 millimeters, so I want to see if I can drill a 3 millimeter hole through this. It'll be precise. I'm gonna use my drill press. Hopefully this works, but I don't need them to extend this far inward, so I will cut them first. So there are the 6 cut-off bolts. Now I have to drill the holes. Given this some thought, I need a tiny hole on the top. I think I do a millimeter, maybe a millimeter and a half hole. Those are the smallest holes I have. And then drill a 3.5 millimeter hole from the bottom. But when the drill tip touches the 1.5 millimeter hole, I want to stop drilling. And I hope I can make a quick sketch. Usually a drill has a 120 degree angle, and if this is the hole coming from the inside, I just want to have a small hole of 1.5 millimeter over there. So I hope this explains it, but this angle gives a flow direction that makes the water come out in this shape, in a flat shape, and that's exactly what I want. That's what I'm aiming for. So that's basically the experiment in this episode. So let's go ahead. There's a slit in there, so I'm gonna repeat this 5 more times, and then we'll start assembling the piping. And now it should be just a matter of tapping the holes in here. Unfortunately, I only have the 2 ring tab left on my M6s. So let's go in somewhat straight. Just a light scuff will do. But I am curious to know if I can do it this way, or do I have to apply glue on both sides or only on the outside. Please let me know. So on goes the end cap. So this one goes in here, just a line. Well, it's a bit hard to get this part completely in. You can see here's the mark, so it's about 5 millimeters out, but I'm fine with that. So this is the sprayer section ready. leave this be. Now, next thing would be to glue in the broomstick, so to speak. But before I do that, I have to make a connection for my water hose. And I found this in the workshop. This fits in there, so I have to drill a hole so this threaded part can come through, and then I can screw this on. And I think we can make this watertight, so the rubber in here is thick enough. So I'm gonna measure this, calipers, and this is 26 millimeters. Yeah, can make that work. Here are my step drills. Does it have a number on there? Yeah, 26 is this one. There we are. So the water connector is glued on. Now I can basically assemble this entire section. Well, that wasn't what I had hoped for, but I think this will work. I was aiming for nozzles that produced a wide jet, but I failed miserably. However, there is quite some pressure in those thin jets, and I reckon when I put this underbody washer underneath the car and ride it back and forth, it will get the car clean anyway, even despite these are straight thin jets. So the next thing I'm going to do is gonna put wheels on that smaller section. That's why I have those caster wheels for, and then give it a try. My cars are extremely dirty, and I just want to give this a try and see if this will work. Anyway, let's get the stuff back inside and continue working. So my next step will be to attach these caster wheels underneath the plastic tube, and since these are cheap, they're easy to replace. There isn't a bearing in here. You can see the ball bearings. Hope it shows on camera inside there. So I'm gonna lube this later on, but what I want to do is get this cover over here so it has some sort of protection against the water dropping down, so that it doesn't drop into this, and I hope this elongates the lifespan of this. So I need to mark off these 4 holes, and I'm going to use just simple tie rips to attach it to the tube. This is what I came up with. So this is how they sit. They can rotate a little bit, but let's give this a test. Well folks, this is the final result. I installed the caster wheels using thick aluminium plate, and these are stainless steel threads, stainless steel washers and bolts on the underside, and now they're just clamped on. They don't want to rotate, so that's exactly what I wanted to achieve. I tested it just on my wife's car. She did a lot of driving on muddy roads, and I was surprised to see how much mud this gets from the underbody of the car. That's also great news for the upcoming months when they start to salt the roads over here. I mean, washing your car doesn't make much sense, but keeping the underbody of the car clean, and it's very simple. Just plug in the water hose, open the tap, and in 5 minutes you have the underbody of your car completely clean. These stainless steel threads and bolts added about 7-8 euros to the total cost, so at around then about 25 euros you can build yourself your own underbody washer, and I think it's a very useful thingy. And the only thing I may want to change is the nozzle, so I have more of an angled thin jet, but I'm not sure how to do that. I thought this would work, but anyhow, if any of you has any tips or suggestions, please let me know down below in the comments. Well, for now I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you liked following me along. If you did, Please subscribe to the channel, give me a like. If you have any questions or remarks or suggestions, let me know down below in the comments. And also, if you want to help support the channel, you can do so by buying me a coffee. I'll leave the link down below in the description. And for now, thanks for watching and hope to see you on the next one. Bye!